Antarctica?
Yeah, so the U.S. government's like, something's going on with Antarctica. There's some activity up there. We want to find out what's going on. So they send this cat named Admiral Byrd up to investigate with a giant fleet.
In 1947, Admiral Richard E. Byrd, one of the most decorated explorers in U.S. history, embarked on a mission known as Operation High Jump. Officially, it was a naval expedition to Antarctica, but whispers soon followed. Rumors of encounters with strange phenomena, missing men, and reports that never reached the public eye. Now, decades later, cutting-edge AI systems have begun piecing together fragments of declassified files, forgotten broadcasts, and coded diaries. What they reveal could change everything we thought we knew about Byrd's journey to the frozen ends of the Earth. Did Admiral Byrd stumble upon something so extraordinary that it had to be buried for nearly a century? Stay with us as we find out. Admiral Richard E. Byrd's Antarctic expeditions have long been celebrated as pinnacles of human courage and scientific endeavor.
Richard E. Byrd, first to blaze an air route to the North Pole, prepares for a similar flight.
Yet beneath the surface of the official accounts lies a world of mystery that has never been fully understood. Public reports portray a heroic narrative, surveys of uncharted terrain, meticulous scientific observations, and triumphs over the harshest conditions on Earth. But hidden among the archives are fragments of logs, cryptic diary entries, and communications that have never been explained. Hints of discoveries that seem almost too incredible to believe. For decades, historians noted gaps, pages missing, and passages that had been deliberately redacted or destroyed. These were not the careless errors of time, but rather signs of a deliberate effort to erase or conceal certain truths. The surviving fragments hint at ice-free valleys stretching for miles, mysterious lights that appeared in the polar night, and temperatures and phenomena that defied the natural laws known to science. Certain passages, often marked with symbols or warnings, suggest encounters so extraordinary that Byrd may have been instructed to keep them hidden from public record. The advent of advanced AI has now changed the game. By analyzing surviving documents, photographs, and declassified expedition files, the AI has uncovered patterns invisible to human researchers. Coordinates repeatedly mentioned in private logs correspond to areas officially marked as uncharted, suggesting secret routes or forbidden zones. References to shapes beneath the ice and lights moving in impossible ways now appear in context, revealing consistency rather than mere exaggeration. Byrd's language itself seems deliberate, phrasing events with care that suggests caution or even fear. The AI detected patterns in phrasing and cross-referenced details across decades, showing deliberate omissions in the official record. For the first time, these lost logs can be understood as more than fragments. They are pieces of a puzzle that reveal Byrd's true experience in Antarctica, a journey into regions never meant to be fully disclosed. The evidence points toward discoveries of unknown phenomena, concealed technologies, or perhaps even life forms existing beneath the ice. The implications are staggering. Byrd's heroic narrative was a cover, a sanitized story, while the real events challenged the limits of human understanding. What could he have encountered that was so extraordinary the world was not meant to know? The answer, buried for decades, is finally beginning to emerge under the scrutiny of modern AI, reshaping our understanding of one of history's most legendary expeditions. Human researchers, no matter how diligent, are limited by the sheer scale of the Antarctic archives. Millions of pages, photographs, satellite data, and declassified documents have remained largely unexamined or dismissed due to their overwhelming volume. Advanced AI, however, is able to analyze these materials at an unprecedented scale, detecting patterns, anomalies, and correlations invisible to humans. By processing Byrd's logs alongside satellite imagery, thermal scans, and long-forgotten radar data, AI revealed irregularities that transform the narrative of his expeditions. Coordinates in the private logs repeatedly point to areas officially labeled as uncharted or forbidden, and flight logs contain deviations that suggest exploration of zones deliberately kept secret. Perhaps most astonishing are the structural anomalies beneath the ice. Radar scans indicate depressions, caverns, and formations that defy natural explanation, hinting at intelligent design or hidden technology. The AI detected recurring energy signatures and geometric patterns aligning perfectly with these depressions, suggesting either human-engineered structures far ahead of their time or entirely unknown forces at work. Byrd's personal notes, once dismissed as exaggeration, now carry significant weight. He frequently referenced lights beneath the ice, unimaginable formations, and restricted zones. The AI also uncovered subtle signals hidden in Byrd's diary entries, patterns suggesting code, warning, or encrypted knowledge intended to be deciphered by future generations. These encoded messages highlight locations of particular interest, areas the official record deliberately avoided. Some thermal and radar readings correspond to locations where team members reported strange lights or unexplained energy, providing independent confirmation that these events were real.
The light seems different here. He can see the ground easily.
The implications of the AI analysis are profound. Byrd's journey was no ordinary expedition. It was an encounter with phenomena deliberately hidden, whether by nature, technology, or unknown entities. The evidence suggests Antarctica harbors environments, structures, and energies humans have long overlooked. Modern satellite data shows these anomalies persist, untouched and concealed, perhaps for reasons still unknown. The AI has brought clarity to decades of speculation, revealing a pattern of discovery, danger, and secrecy that forces us to question the sanitized history of polar exploration. The critical question emerges: what exactly did Byrd encounter? And why has this knowledge remained hidden for nearly a century? The AI's findings suggest the truth is far stranger than anyone imagined, hinting at technologies, landscapes, or intelligences beneath the ice that humanity is only beginning to comprehend. Among the most remarkable discoveries revealed by AI were Byrd's hidden maps that were never released to the public. Unlike conventional expedition charts, these maps detail areas marked with strange symbols, coded warnings, and large zones labeled restricted, unauthorized entry prohibited. Some of these areas appear as vast ice-free regions, entirely contradicting decades of satellite imagery. Byrd's personal notes reflect awe, hesitation, and even fear, describing immense caverns illuminated by unknown light sources and landscapes beyond comprehension. These annotations suggest he encountered areas deliberately concealed from human view, regions that challenge our understanding of Antarctic geography. The AI cross-referenced these maps with radar and thermal data, revealing alignments of depressions, geometric formations, and energy anomalies consistent with artificial construction or unknown phenomena. Some formations follow precise geometric patterns, impossible to explain through natural processes, and some thermal readings suggest heat sources far stronger than expected in a frozen environment. These forbidden territories, avoided by subsequent explorers, hint at intelligence, design, and control over the environment, suggesting Byrd's encounters were far more extraordinary than previously thought. Witness accounts corroborate these findings. Several members of Byrd's team reported lights moving in impossible ways, magnetic disturbances, and the sensation of being observed. While dismissed for decades, these testimonies now gain credibility as AI aligns them with the maps, radar anomalies, and coordinates marked as restricted. The pattern is undeniable. Byrd discovered regions deliberately hidden from human knowledge. The AI analysis also suggests the existence of underground networks or caverns capable of sustaining life or unknown machinery. These territories, long ignored by modern science, may conceal ecosystems, technologies, or even intelligences far beyond current understanding. Byrd's meticulous documentation, paired with AI's reconstruction, paints a picture of a world beneath the ice deliberately shielded from view, a realm of extraordinary discovery, danger, and wonder. The question remains: what compelled Byrd to document these zones in secrecy, and what lies within these forbidden territories that humanity is only now beginning to glimpse? As Byrd ventured deeper into Antarctica, his logs hint at phenomena that defy conventional explanation: voices, signals, and subtle sounds originating from beneath the ice. Early entries describe static over radio frequencies, distorted fragments of speech, and tones that seemed impossible given the environment. For decades, skeptics dismissed these accounts as hallucinations caused by isolation, fatigue, or harsh weather conditions. However, AI analysis of both audio recordings and textual log entries reveals patterns that cannot be attributed to random noise. Certain signals repeat with mathematical precision, almost like a language encoded within the static. Byrd himself cryptically referred to this as the abyss speaking, a phrase that takes on new weight when analyzed alongside modern data. The AI cross-referenced these anomalies with satellite and radar scans of the same coordinates, revealing correlations suggesting a physical source: vast underground chambers, possibly hollowed or shaped by forces unknown, resonating in ways natural ice formations cannot produce. The vibrations and acoustic patterns indicate deliberate activity, almost as if something or someone was transmitting information or communicating. Byrd's logs describe a sense of intelligence behind the phenomena, noting moments when the ice seemed to respond to their presence. Eyewitness accounts from the expedition team, long dismissed as fanciful, now gained credibility. Crew members reported moving shadows beneath the ice, mysterious lights that defied natural explanation, and sudden electromagnetic fluctuations that interfered with equipment. The AI matched these accounts to radar and satellite anomalies, showing energy fluctuations and heat signatures precisely at the locations described. These correlations suggest a hidden world under the Antarctic ice, one alive with activity, observation, and perhaps intelligence. The implications are staggering. Byrd was not merely mapping ice and snow. He may have crossed a threshold into a hidden environment capable of interaction and response. The voices, signals, and energy fields hint at a sophisticated presence or technology operating beneath the ice, one that remained undetectable to ordinary exploration methods. These findings force us to reconsider the Antarctic as a desolate wasteland. Instead, it appears to conceal extraordinary landscapes, energy systems, or even sentient entities. The abyss Byrd encountered was not empty. It was alive with secrets humanity has barely begun to perceive. The central question remains: what exactly exists beneath the ice, capable of communicating through signals, energy, and acoustics? And why has this world been kept hidden for so long? The frozen abyss may hold answers that challenge our understanding of physics, biology, and intelligence itself. While Byrd's official reports presented sanitized tales of exploration, classified government files reveal a far more complex and secretive story. Declassified documents, internal memos, and military correspondence suggest deliberate suppression of findings, with orders to redact or remove evidence of discoveries deemed sensitive or dangerous. These files mention restricted coordinates, unusual energy readings, and terrain features that defy conventional explanation. One memo refers to anomalous structures of unknown origin and zones inaccessible without extreme caution. The AI's analysis of these documents revealed a deliberate pattern. Multiple government agencies coordinated to obscure Byrd's true findings, editing maps, photos, and reports to conceal the scale and nature of what he had discovered. The AI cross-referenced these documents with Byrd's private notes and personal maps, revealing remarkable alignment. Locations flagged as forbidden in the logs correspond to radar anomalies and satellite observations of depressions and geometric patterns beneath the ice. Even thermal data confirms unusual heat signatures, suggesting active processes far beyond natural occurrence. Witness testimonies, once dismissed as unreliable, now match these classified records, strengthening the case that Byrd's team encountered real, tangible phenomena. The files suggest that Byrd may have stumbled upon advanced technology, hidden ecosystems, or even intelligence unknown to humanity. Rather than being ordinary geographical discoveries, his encounters were extraordinary events deemed politically sensitive. Orders to suppress details were motivated by a desire to prevent public panic, protect national security, or conceal knowledge of forces humanity was unprepared to confront. The implications are profound. History has long portrayed Antarctica as an empty, frozen wilderness, yet these files reveal a world alive with energy, structures, and phenomena deliberately hidden from view. AI reconstruction of maps, logs, and satellite data confirms that Byrd's forbidden zones contain consistent anomalies, pointing to the existence of hidden landscapes and forces still unexplored.
Admiral Byrd was asked if he would mount a large armada.
Humanity has been presented only with a sanitized narrative, while the real Antarctic holds secrets capable of altering our understanding of science, technology, and our planet. The question remains: what truths were buried beneath bureaucracy and ice, and what will happen when humanity finally uncovers them? Byrd's discoveries, long hidden, are a warning and a revelation, hinting at forces and knowledge far beyond conventional understanding. Among the most remarkable discoveries in Byrd's expedition were references to technologies that, for the 1940s, should have been impossible. Byrd's private notes and classified photographs describe devices harnessing energy from the polar environment, unexplained propulsion mechanisms, and structures emitting unusual radiation. Some entries reference flying craft that defied conventional aerodynamics, capable of silent movement and sudden acceleration, suggesting anti-gravity or cloaking capabilities. These discoveries, once dismissed as fantasy, now gain credibility through AI analysis. The AI scanned photographs and mapped radar anomalies, revealing formations consistent with artificial construction rather than natural geology. Thermal and electromagnetic readings correspond to the locations marked as forbidden on Byrd's private maps. Repeated energy signatures indicate active mechanisms or fields, suggesting these devices were operational during the expedition. Byrd's own notes hint at autonomous responses, describing instruments that seem to think or react to human presence. This implies technologies either beyond 1940s human engineering or entirely non-human in origin. If confirmed, these technologies fundamentally alter our understanding of Antarctic exploration. Structures buried beneath miles of ice exhibit geometric precision and energy emissions inconsistent with natural processes. Some devices appear to manipulate the environment, creating heat, electromagnetic fields, and possibly even shielding entire regions from detection. AI analysis shows these anomalies are not isolated, but part of an interconnected system spanning vast areas. Byrd's expedition, officially framed as a scientific survey, becomes a reconnaissance of advanced technologies hidden from the world. Suppression of evidence explains decades of public ignorance. Governments and researchers may have understood the potential threat or strategic advantage of these findings. The AI reveals that Antarctica may contain technologies that could revolutionize energy, transportation, and scientific understanding if rediscovered. The question that arises is both thrilling and terrifying. Who built these technologies, and for what purpose? Were they human creations lost to history, alien artifacts, or something else entirely? Byrd glimpsed the unimaginable, but the AI now allows humanity to see patterns that were hidden for decades. The frozen continent may not just conceal ice and rock, it may hide knowledge and power far beyond our current comprehension, waiting to be explored and understood. Byrd's hidden maps, logs, and AI analysis point to regions of Antarctica that defy all conventional understanding. Among the anomalies are vast ice-free valleys, enormous subterranean caverns, and perfectly aligned formations, suggesting design rather than natural occurrence. Byrd's notes describe glowing minerals, strange vegetation, and landscapes beyond human comprehension, hinting at ecosystems and structures entirely alien to known polar environments. AI cross-referencing of these regions with satellite imagery and radar scans revealed patterns consistent with artificial construction. Long linear formations, geometric depressions, and repeated energy anomalies suggest intelligence, planning, and control over the environment. Debates arise over the origin of these phenomena. Some argue Byrd may have stumbled upon secret government experimentation, possibly early technological testing or unknown military projects concealed beneath the ice. Others suggest extraterrestrial presence, claiming the anomaly's precision, energy emissions, and inaccessible locations exceed human capability of the 1940s. Eyewitness accounts support these speculations. Crew members reported lights moving in impossible trajectories, electromagnetic interference with their instruments, and the sensation of being observed. Byrd himself warned of areas not meant for human presence, and wrote about entities or forces that seemed to interact with them. The AI confirmed that multiple anomalies align with the same coordinates over decades, suggesting a persistent phenomenon, not transient events. Energy signatures, geometric formations, and thermal anomalies repeatedly appear where Byrd and his team documented strange occurrences. These findings raise profound questions about the continent. Are these landscapes naturally occurring, artificially engineered, or maintained by some intelligence? If human, their existence would indicate forgotten technology or civilizations. If non-human, they suggest life or machinery operating beyond our comprehension. The convergence of maps, diaries, AI analysis, and eyewitness testimony paints a striking picture. Antarctica is not merely a frozen wasteland. It may conceal advanced landscapes, technology, or even life, hidden for centuries, deliberately shielded from exploration. Byrd's expedition, previously celebrated for survival and mapping, becomes a first-hand encounter with a forbidden world. Humanity has seen the edge of discovery, yet most remain unaware of it. These hidden regions challenge assumptions about exploration, intelligence, and the limits of human understanding. The question remains, were Byrd's discoveries the product of human experimentation, or did he witness landscapes shaped by a force entirely unknown to Earth's history? The frozen continent may hold answers that could alter science, technology, and the perception of life itself. Byrd was not alone in witnessing Antarctica's secrets, and for decades, the testimonies of his expedition team were dismissed as exaggeration or the product of extreme stress. Diaries, personal letters, and post-expedition interviews reveal that multiple crew members observed phenomena consistent with Byrd's private logs: luminous objects moving beneath the ice, unusual magnetic disturbances, and mechanical sounds with no identifiable source. Until now, these accounts were anecdotal, but AI has cross-referenced them with satellite data, radar scans, and coordinates from Byrd's forbidden maps.
Our very distinguished guest for this evening is Admiral Richard E. Byrd.
The consistency is startling. Patterns emerged where energy anomalies, depressions, and thermal readings match locations described in the witness accounts. One officer reported a cavern larger than any known natural formation, with metallic, reflective walls and lights that pulsed rhythmically. Another described aircraft or craft moving silently above the ice, accelerating faster than any human technology of the era. The AI analysis confirmed that these events align with physical anomalies in the ice, validating eyewitness testimony long disregarded as fantasy. The files also reveal a deliberate effort to suppress these accounts. Government debriefings warned team members against discussing anomalies publicly, labeling them unverified or sensitive. Despite this, detailed logs describe patterns of observation, energy fluctuations, and coordinated environmental responses. AI analysis suggests these were not isolated phenomena. They formed a network of recurring events, possibly indicating a controlled system or intelligence monitoring intruders. The implications are profound. Byrd and his team were documenting a reality invisible to ordinary scientific methods. Observations dismissed as hallucinations were, in fact, corroborated by independent data. This raises a chilling question. How many truths about Antarctica remain hidden because of deliberate secrecy or human unpreparedness? The combined evidence of logs, eyewitness accounts, and AI analysis suggests that Byrd's expedition was more than exploration. It was a reconnaissance of unknown forces or entities. Humanity's understanding of the frozen continent may have been deliberately limited, leaving the world ignorant of phenomena capable of challenging physics, biology, and the very boundaries of perception. These accounts force a reevaluation of history. Antarctica is not an inert, frozen wasteland. It is an active, dynamic environment, potentially harboring technologies, life forms, or forces unknown to the rest of the world. Byrd's witnesses glimpsed the extraordinary, and AI confirms that their observations were grounded in reality. What other secrets remain hidden beneath the ice, waiting for humanity to discover them? The AI's comprehensive examination of Byrd's logs, private maps, photographs, and declassified files reveals a narrative far beyond human imagination. Hidden valleys, subterranean chambers, geometric formations, energy anomalies, and possible artificial structures all emerge with startling clarity. What was once dismissed as speculation now has compelling evidence. Byrd's expedition encountered phenomena deliberately concealed from ordinary human perception. The AI cross-referenced coordinates, energy readings, thermal anomalies, and eyewitness accounts, creating a detailed reconstruction of hidden Antarctic landscapes that challenge conventional history. Geometric formations uncovered by the AI suggest intelligent design. Linear depressions, symmetrical structures, and repeated energy patterns indicate intentional construction or manipulation of the environment. These formations align perfectly with the forbidden zones marked in Byrd's private maps, providing the first comprehensive confirmation that his private observations were accurate. Thermal imaging and electromagnetic readings show active energy fields, confirming that these anomalies are not remnants but functional, ongoing phenomena. The AI analysis also decodes cryptic diary entries and patterns of phrasing in Byrd's logs, revealing encoded coordinates, warnings, and descriptions of phenomena that conventional human analysis failed to interpret. These include repeated references to lights beneath the ice, mechanical structures, and intelligent responses to human presence. Cross-referencing these findings with modern satellite imagery demonstrates the persistence of anomalies over decades, suggesting either autonomous technology or enduring natural or artificial forces. The revelations have profound implications. For decades, Antarctica was presented as a barren wasteland, devoid of intelligence or advanced technology. AI demonstrates that hidden landscapes and phenomena exist beneath the ice, previously concealed by government secrecy, environmental challenges, and lack of advanced analytical tools. Byrd's discoveries, once sanitized in official accounts, are now corroborated, exposing a reality far more complex and extraordinary than previously acknowledged. The AI confirms that Byrd's encounters were not accidental.
Richard E. Byrd first to blaze an air route.
His expedition represents humanity's first documented contact with hidden forces or technologies capable of evading detection for decades. This raises urgent questions about human knowledge, planetary exploration, and the boundaries of discovery. What lies beneath the ice, advanced technology, hidden civilizations, or unknown life forms, is still largely unexplored. The AI's revelations force us to confront the extraordinary. Antarctica is not simply a frozen continent, but a dynamic environment concealing secrets humanity is only beginning to grasp. The frozen landscape Byrd saw is alive with hidden possibilities, waiting for the world to acknowledge its extraordinary reality. Byrd's expeditions, long framed as heroic surveys of desolate ice, now emerge as encounters with phenomena that challenge every assumption about Antarctica. AI analysis reveals that hidden landscapes, anomalous energy fields, geometric formations, and possibly advanced technologies exist beneath the ice. Entire regions remain unexplored, deliberately shielded from view, and exhibit patterns inconsistent with natural processes. The frozen continent is no longer simply a wasteland. It is a repository of mystery, intelligence, and potentially unknown life forms. Human understanding of the poles must evolve. Historical narratives, based on sanitized expedition logs, misrepresent the true complexity of these regions. Byrd's private discoveries, corroborated by AI, demonstrate the existence of areas with unusual energy readings, subterranean formations, and persistent anomalies, suggesting a hidden world that has remained invisible for decades. These regions could contain technologies, ecosystems, or intelligences far beyond human comprehension, potentially altering science, history, and our conception of life on Earth. The implications extend beyond science. Governments, military agencies, and scientific institutions may have been aware of these anomalies, suppressing information due to strategic, security, or societal concerns. The AI's reconstruction confirms that hidden regions are not isolated occurrences, but interconnected landscapes, suggesting a deliberate system of concealment. This forces a re-evaluation of the boundaries of human exploration and the ethics of knowledge suppression. Byrd's encounters highlight a critical truth. The Earth contains regions that defy conventional understanding, and Antarctica may be the most extreme example. What lies beneath the ice, advanced technology, unknown life, or extraterrestrial artifacts, is still largely hidden but verifiable through modern analysis. Humanity stands at the threshold of discovery, with AI offering the tools to decode a frozen world that has long eluded comprehension. The central question remains: are we prepared to explore these forbidden territories, or will some truths remain buried beneath layers of ice and secrecy forever? The frozen continent may hold the answers to mysteries that could reshape human understanding of the planet and its hidden frontiers. Admiral Byrd's expedition was far more than a journey of survival and mapping. It was humanity's first documented encounter with forces, technologies, and landscapes hidden beneath the Antarctic ice. For decades, these discoveries were suppressed, edited, and dismissed, leaving only fragments of a truth too extraordinary for the public record. Thanks to AI, we are finally beginning to piece together the full scope of what Byrd saw: forbidden territories, unexplained phenomena, and signs of intelligence beyond conventional understanding. What else lies hidden beneath the ice, silently waiting for humanity to uncover it? Could these secrets redefine our understanding of Earth and even our place in the universe? The frozen continent holds answers that may be more astonishing than we are prepared to imagine.